Happy New Year from Malignant Bear, featuring me, JD Ruspitz, on mic. That was even more awkward than I thought it was going to be. I didn't plan that at all. I'm terrible. But anyway, yeah, happy Chinese or Lunar New Year, depending on which, I guess, name for it you prefer. We're playing fast and loose with that because it's currently February 1st in Beijing, so that's why we're doing this now. And we're reusing the thumbnail from last year as well, because it works. But yeah, we haven't done a celebration in a while. We do kind of a game themed around a specific holiday or event, and we figured this was a good one to do it with. So it's, of course, Chinese New Year, and I wanted to honor that by playing some games by some Chinese developers this week. And I figured the most appropriate way to start that off was with a game that has Reborn or Rebirth in the title, so New Year, new start, fresh start. So we're going to do Gunfire Reborn tonight. We played this once before, a couple months ago, for, what was it, Hug Your Cat Day? Because that's a thing. And it's fun. It's a good game. It's gotten a full release since then. Last time I played it, it was in early access. But we're playing it today because, for one, it's by a Chinese developer, and two, it has Reborn or Rebirth in the title, and three, the first character you unlock is a cat, and it's the Year of the Tiger. So it works on a whole bunch of levels, and just in general, I think it's a good game, and wanted to showcase it again. So of course the BGM for right now is courtesy of Gunfire Reborn. So let's check it out. So here we are in the menu. Here's us. We're this cat. We're drinking away. So for those who don't know, Gunfire Reborn is an FPS roguelike looter shooter, and you can see with the art style it's very kind of cartoony and fun. And the closest comparable is if Borderlands was shorter and just had a roguelike mode, basically. That's the best way to describe this. It has kind of that same sort of whimsy and fun with the guns and the potential modifiers that you can have on them. There is some RPG elements in terms of the talent system. There's different heroes you can unlock. There's a whole bunch of different enemy types as well as weapon types. So we'll check out the Armory so we can see what some of these are. So for example, I unlocked this yesterday when I was playing to confirm that the game still in fact worked. And this is the Ice Spear, and you get to throw this, and it spins on the ground and damages everybody near it. You can see it has different stats. Here's some other weapons. Again, we'll just go through a handful of these to kind of demonstrate. So in addition to all these weapons having their own different stats and of course models and things like that, is they all have different potential modifiers in the game because it's a looter shooter, so you want the loot to be interesting and fun. So there's a whole bunch of options here for that. And you can even see your stats with the different weapons. So for example, you can tell that I like this one a whole lot. I have a lot of kills with it. Some of these I haven't used hardly at all. Foundry I use quite a bit because that's one of the starting guns. But there's a whole bunch of weapons in this game. I only have half of them unlocked, and you get more as you go through. So we'll see, for example, you'll find one where it's like I actually have some progress in it. Of course, we're not finding any. So kill Elite Lizard 3 times, and then you get this gun. And so it'll drop when you unlock it at that time, but then it'll also show up as one of the potential loot items that you can find. Also check out the hero system. So there's a whole bunch of different characters in the game, and you start off here with the cat. Don't know if they have a name. They don't. I don't know if any of them do, actually. So you can unlock either the dog or the cat. That's who you start with. So of course we're going with the cat. And each one has their own kind of little passives here and a different skill, and you can ascend them. So what this is as you're going through, sometimes you'll find treasure chests and other items that can give you one of these things randomly, one of these different abilities. So each character has different ones of these, in addition to these other passives and skills and attributes. So we're going to play the cat, because I think he's kind of the most fun. I realize I'm rambling and just kind of like going back and forth. But the dog, his ability is that he can dual wield, which is kind of cool, but it's a little weird because the guns are so unique and kind of all over the place in terms of what they can do. So it ends up being a little bit of a hassle more than anything. But the cat, he can stun people and does damage when he does. There's a smoke grenade, which is pretty good. He's pretty quick, has a lot of shield and health, and I have some other stats on him here. So, we'll also check out the talent system before we actually jump in and see a game. And this used to be, there was individual talents for each character, which was kind of a pain. Thankfully, they changed that with the release build, and everybody has just a shared talent tree of passives, and then you have just these for your hero. So you can see here I have quite a few unlocked. So for example, I have some exploration things, you start with some extra money, blah blah blah. Do a little bit of damage, have some more ammo, you have more health, all sorts of fun things. And again, these are shared across all of my characters. And there's a shared currency for that as well. And you can also use that currency to unlock some of the other heroes. So some of these you have to unlock as you level up. So your account level, you can see I'm level 31 here. But then other ones you can just buy with the currency. So you have to make the choice if you want to level up your talents and make everybody better, or maybe go for your rabbit waifu here. Or what is this guy? A turtle, I think. Okay. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go with the cat. We'll do a new adventure. This game does have multiplayer. We're gonna be doing this. I think we're doing just private, yeah. See, you can do matchmaking if you want to, and play with up to 4 people. We're just gonna go single player though, because I don't know if anybody else in the band has this game. I didn't think to ask. I probably should have, because this is one that I think a lot of them would like. So you always start off here in the tomb area, and you always have a starter gun. So you can see here, it's the foundry. This is your inventory here. So you can check the different upgrades that you have, your talents and all that, and the occult scrolls that you found. And these are modifiers that last just for that particular run. So hopefully we'll find some of those and see what they can do. But you always have an initial weapon, and this slowly levels up over time, so it gets a little bit more powerful, and it has infinite ammo as well, which is good because there's no melee in the game, so you need this to like break open, you know, destructibles in the environment and things like that. But you also have your ammo here. You pick up more as you go, of course. And right off the bat, you get a treasure chest here, and you get to pick another gun to go with you. So all of these use large ammo, which is interesting. So you can see here some of the stats. And it tells you the base stats, you know, damage, the crit chance, the rounds per minute, or rounds per 100 second, I suppose, and the magazine size. And then you can see the little green text is the modifiers that it has. And then this one is a little bit different in that it does fire damage right off the bat as well. So, sticks to enemies and explodes. It's a pretty cool one. This one does poison damage. You can shoot the entire clip at once. Reloading empty mag, reload speed is increased. That could be pretty good. And bullets cause small area explosions upon hitting enemies. And pierces, goes faster, and does fire damage. We'll go with this one. So you can see we only get to pick one. I'm going to make people motion sick here by doing this, but you can see a little venom in the magazine there is moving around. You could jump. You can't crouch, though. It's always one of my biggest pet peeves in FPS when you can't crouch. But I'll forgive it here. We'll go on in. This is the tomb. We're going to switch to the foundry, our starting gun, because we don't have a whole lot of ammo. So you can see you want to shoot destructible things, pick up ammo, and grenades. You start with full grenades, which is nice. Alright, so right off the bat we get an upgrade. That's good. I totally didn't plan that at all. Yes, I did. So you can see we got the Flowing Light 2. This is a sword, actually. That's interesting. This might be the first actual melee weapon we found. Weapon auto-reloaded when unequipped. Increased attack speed. Chance to recover ammo. And thrust forward and does lightning damage. That's bizarre. Cool. Okay. But you can see the environments in the game are pretty basic, pretty fun though. Again, it's kind of the cartoony art style. And the levels are short and fast, so they didn't feel compelled to add a whole bunch of stuff to them. Whoa! It's wacky. Where do we go here? That's right here, okay. So whenever you go in a room, of course, the doors close and you have to actually fight stuff. There's the vault. And this doesn't take ammo. That's interesting. That's very strong. Alright, so here we got some coins, got some ammo, and we got a golden goblet. So this lets us choose one of those ascension things that we saw earlier. So these are the things per run, and these are, again, unique to our character. So, after casting energy orb, short shield recharge is increased, or smoke grenades do more damage. Yes. Okay, that takes ammo. That's interesting. Ooh, one of them dropped a gun, too. This is the Woodpecker. It's a crossbow, of course. So it deals more damage to burning enemies, but it doesn't do burning damage, at least as far as I can tell. But you can see that one... Well, this is upgraded +2. That one on the ground was a +1, but these ones are default. So as you go through, you can find higher level weapons. So you have to think about that. Or you can spend your gold at... there's a shopkeeper that'll upgrade them for you, or you can sell you some things. Here we have the vault, so we'll check this out. And this is a little random thing that can spawn in levels. And it's, like everything else in the game, it's totally random. So sometimes you'll have a little kind of gauntlet segment like this. And then other times you'll have, like, a thing where you have to, you know, dodge boulders falling down and get to the end of a little maze. And you saw that there was a little modifier in this room that whenever enemies died, they turned into beetles, which was kind of interesting. So again, some fun to be had in terms of the randomness. They definitely, you know, they want to keep it unique, which is good. So here we have our first Occult scroll. So some of these are just straight benefits, but other ones are very much risk-reward. So this is killing an enemy grants extra coppers and extra chance to receive supply for secondary skill. So that's a good thing. We obviously want that. But there's a chance we can find ones that'll be like, you know, you deal 1.5 times more damage, but you no longer have shields. And things like that. So you have to kind of think about if you're actually going to want to use them or not. There's some explosive barrels. We're seeing here different types of enemies now. Some of these guys have shields, and shields can recharge both for you or for the enemy. So you have to get those people down pretty quick. Then other enemies can have armor, and armor is, you know, it's just one and done. It doesn't recharge, thankfully. Other ones are holding literal shields, so you have to think about where you're going to shoot them. You can get headshots and everything in this game, which is nice. I've played some other looter shooters where aiming didn't really matter, and I always hated that. So you can see these guys have armor. And they have different abilities as well. I have damage numbers turned on. So you can see, again, I'm doing more damage when I get headshots. Use my skill there to stun them in place. Throw out my smoke grenade. Oop. See if there's anything cool around here. Especially early on, you always just want to destroy pretty much everything and just cap out your ammo. It's a good idea. Get a few more coins that way as well. So you can see up in the top right, we have our coins, and those are unique to this run, our copper coins. But to the left of that, you also have a little green thing, and that's the currency that you use, the long-term progression to either buy the new characters or the talent points. I believe you get at least one of those per kill. And again, those carry over. So. But you can also use them mid-run. So if, for example, I die, I might get a chance to continue by spending some of those. So again, you have to kind of make the choice as to whether or not you're going to try to save up and get something, or maybe you've had just a really good run and you want to keep that going. A portal and another vault. Multiple chests here. Alright, it's time to try your luck. Prize guaranteed. So I can give money to get a gift box, a random scroll, or a normal scroll. Let's get a gift box. Got Fire Enthusiast. Whenever you inflict the burning effect to enemies, also inflict burning on yourself, taking continuous damage. When you're burning, fire damage causes 2% lifesteal. So you can see this is a good example of kind of the risk-reward in this game. I can potentially heal with this, but I'll also be taking some damage over time, all the time, if I do fire damage. And I don't think I do right now, so... What is this? The Big Hippo. The longer the weapon is fired, the higher the rate of fire will be. I've used that in the past, and I'm not crazy about it. Let's see here. Energy orb deals more damage. Yeah, we want that. Let's go in here. We'll switch up our weapon, too. Use this thing instead. Oh, of course, as I say that, here we're getting one of the little gauntlet events. Just have to dodge the boulders and get through here. It's very Indiana Jones, or maybe Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's also pretty easy. Whenever you inflict shock damage on enemies, also inflict shock to yourself. When you are shocked, deal 75% lightning damage. Ooh, so we're getting some real risky ones here. But again, you can also just not pick those up. So you can make this as wacky as you want it to be, or as vanilla as you want. So some guns have an alternate fire, our base gun does not. The sword did the little charge thing, and this, it shoots all 8 rounds at once. And one of the specials for this gun was that it reloaded instantly if you empty the clip. So that's an interesting combination there, so I can unload the full clip at once and get it back immediately. Alright, so with this, I can get a random weapon, replace a normal inscription with a rare one, so I can make one of my guns stronger, or reroll all the inscriptions on an item. Let's get a random gun. Ooh, yes, okay. So we're going to switch to this. And so this is just a 3-round burst assault rifle, which is very boring, but it's also very good. It has a pretty good effective range and everything, and just does a decent amount of damage in general. So we have a sword, an assault rifle, and our pistol. So we'll use this now. I always like to destroy the explosive barrels, well, and everything, because sometimes enemies can shoot them and really screw you over. So you can't crouch, but like I said, you can jump. You also have a dodge ability. Oop. So enemies explode. And the dodge has a slight cooldown, so you can see it's down there on shift in the bottom right with all my ammo and stuff. Here we have our first little mini-boss. He's going to summon up ads continually as we're fighting him. Also has a giant shield we cannot pierce through, at least with this gun. Of course, if we kill him, that'll stop the enemies from spawning. But they're a bigger threat than he is. He's quite slow. If we take damage from him, we've screwed up, is basically the point there. Oh, he got out of that pretty quick, huh? Does some work on him, that's for sure. Challenge successful. So you can see he dropped quite a lot of ammo. This is a shotgun, that's interesting. And then... can't remember what this does. This is like, what is it, like the pulse rifle in, was it Doom 2003 or whatever? Whichever one, or Doom 3. Yeah. Which is cool. It's, I like this better. I know it's very vanilla and boring, but whatever. Let's see here. Here we get a choice of +3 weapon damage or 100 copper you have. Alright, so lose 50% HP and shields, but gain 2 extra revives. And reset the cooldowns of your skills when you lose HP. So this is a pretty clear winner. We do more damage the more money we have. Although again, that gives you some risk reward of then you won't want to spend your money in game if I happen to find a vendor. Alright. Ooh, big explosion there. That guy's squirrely. Right. Keep it going here. It's interesting, the fire effect made that look terrible. Here we have a vendor. So you can see he's just kind of hanging out there. They can't be shot or anything, so you don't have to worry about that, which is good. Come on. Let's get all the money. Have a tiger cannon, so we can demonstrate this. It's just a rocket launcher. The bad thing is, as you can see, different types of weapons take different ammo types, and special ammo you don't have a whole lot of. And in my opinion, none of the special guns are worth holding on to just because they have so little ammo, and it is relatively rare as far as ammo is concerned, at least compared to the other types. So you can potentially be screwed and like have a really good gun, but pretty much not be able to use it, which is not fun. Enemies affected by your grenades become volatile and will explode. Sure, why not? Talk to the vendor here. The craftsman, so you can upgrade our guns. And again, we don't have to upgrade the foundry, our starter gun. You can only do 2 upgrades. I like to try to keep it uniform, so like each one of my guns is the same level. So you can see the foundry has upgraded itself. Demonic aura infusion. Ooh. What is that? Deal lightning damage to surrounding enemies within 12 meters when your shield or armor breaks. Sure, why not? So of course the game gets harder as it goes on, and it's supposed to be that you're going to get better gear as it goes on as well, or better weapons. These guys suck, the Longbowmen, because they are hit scan enemies and their attacks will track you. Other ones are pretty easy to dodge, but you can see he has homing arrows, which sucks. Could have sworn one of them threw a grenade at me. There he is. I heard it, I just didn't see it. So you always want to focus on those guys when they're out. Again, because they have much longer range and their attacks can home in on you. So you'll learn about the different enemy types as you play and kind of get used to things. A lot of guns in this level. That's good. Is there... Oh, that's the vendor over there. Okay. Let's come down the walls. Oop. Come on. So you can just kind of strafe and avoid a lot of things, which is nice. But again, as you get further on, more and more enemies have more homing attacks. So you have to keep playing smarter and smarter with what you're doing. Let's use the sword on this guy. Worth it. Let's see. So I can choose... Get shield, lightning damage, or fire damage. I'm curious if this would synergize with the scroll that I got, where I take fire damage if I do fire damage. Does this mean that I'm going to take more fire damage? Find out. I don't have any weapons that do fire damage. Check out the vendor here. So he sells you healing items, ammo, and guns. And they're usually weaker than what you can find. It's basically just a nice way to get a specific gun if you've been looking for one and you haven't found it yet. We have here. This is the Hell. Reload the ammo one by one and can shoot at any time when there's a bullet in the magazine. Read with this way, because it's a little bit bigger thing. Reloading right after killing an enemy, 50% reload speed. Leftover ammo from the previous magazine is added to the new one. How does that work with it being a one by one thing? Okay, so it just doesn't. It deals extra damage to enemies that are burning, but it doesn't do fire damage on its own. So, it's cool looking, though. Or maybe it does do fire damage, I don't know. But again, special ammo. Full auto submachine gun with high rate of fire. Not crazy about that. Go over here and we'll check out the vault. So you can see with the icon we're going to be fighting another boss in here. Or mini-boss, I suppose. So these enemies are all terracotta soldiers. Again, we're in a tomb. Makes sense thematically. Ooh. Uh-oh. That guy can spin to win. Keep dodging, keep dodging. So you have to kind of manage a little bit of everything here. Again, we have to keep away from him because he's spinning on us. He's a lot more dangerous than the last boss was. The guy with the big shield. But of course he's also summoning up stuff constantly. Alright, let's see what he dropped. That same gun that we just saw. And the lightning blast again as well. It's nothing too exciting from him drop-wise. Actually pretty good on ammo after that. That's what we get. Alright. 80% lucky shot chance, but total lucky shot chance can't exceed 150%. Reloading, there's a 33% chance of not consuming reserve ammo, and plus 30% weapon damage for the reloaded magazine. That's pretty good. Buns now recover full HP. Well, that was an easy choice. We haven't even taken health damage yet. Rest assured we will. So each zone is it's only 4 levels and then a boss. So we're at the boss already, which is good. Let's see, I'm gonna upgrade the cavalry here. Of course, we're just a little bit of gold short from upgrading something else, as is often the case. There's always a big boss at the end, and there's a couple different variations of them as well. So here we're getting the big rock guy, but I can't remember what the other one is here. Ooh, took some damage there. It's not paying attention. Great. So he's going to summon up those rocks to attack us. And he's also going to shoot out his beam thing. Lots of rocks. So hide behind the pillars to avoid that, which is easy enough. Then he'll destroy them after a while, you can see. Then summon up new ones. Uh-oh, uh-oh. So obviously he has a weak spot in his chest there. He's good at blocking that with his arms. So you can get closer and actually shoot kind of under his arm if you want to. But then, of course, you're at the mercy of those rock things that he summons up. Because you're right next to him. Ooh. Narrowly dodged that. Yeah! Get a nice explosion of loot there. Let's see, the Bone Dragon charges up a gravity bomb. Well, that's pretty cool. What else do we have here? The Frenzied Shark fires bouncing grenades. Auto-reloaded when unequipped, that's pretty good. Ooh, the explosion AoE is much higher. That could be nice. Lightning damage, ooh. That could be really good, actually. So this automatically reloads. It does more damage the more ammo it has, and you can see on the right-hand side with the gun, it's changing. The little red bars going up as you're losing ammo. So I can't manually reload this, it does it automatically. But it has a bonus where it reloads itself faster, which is cool. It also does elemental damage. So we're gonna swap out. We'll drop the cavalry. It served us well in this level, but we want some elemental damage going forward. So here we have more energy orb. Every time your skill deals damage, it will inflict additional skill damage based on how much copper you currently own. For each enemy, the additional skill damage will occur up to 1 second. Okay. And so this is a little grenade launcher. No alternate fire on either of those, which is fine. We have the dog. So whenever you get through a stage, a full zone like that, you have the option to rest. So it saves your progress and you can, exit out of the game if you want to. Or keep going, which we're going to do. So here we're in the desert. So the tall guys always have the hit scan weapons. Just like the Longbowmen did in the first zone. These guys have the added benefit of they can teleport. which sucks. Sucks for you, at least. The vendor right off the bat. I keep trying to reload, and I can't. I don't have that power anymore. What do you got for us? Bluff. Is that just a permanent buff? Yes. Am I understanding that right? Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen him sell scrolls before. See, we have a big guy here. Okay, that does a ton of damage when it gets a direct hit. Fire lizard. Of course, since it's a grenade launcher, we have to kind of arc our shots a little bit. Nope. That's not destructible. Which is why it's a good thing that I'm using the gun with infinite ammo to break stuff. Right. Another treasure chest here. Look at all this stuff. No. What do we have here? Concealed ammo. Throw the weapon to make an explosion. So it's an SMG on its own. Or you can whip it at people. And I love the animation for this, because he takes the magazine out, throws the gun, and then puts the magazine in a new gun. Which reminds me of an old, I guess older, maybe it is old at this point, an old meme of like alternate reload animations, and that's one of them, where you whip the gun at somebody and then keep the clip or magazine. So in the last area, all we had was like terracotta soldiers and things like that. But here we have dogs, or coyotes, bandits, and lizards. It's ragdoll physics, my goodness. Oh. Thankfully, the foundry stays pretty relevant, again, because it upgrades with everything else. Let's see. We have exactly enough to upgrade one thing. So we're going to hold off, actually. So these guns are good, but I'm not super crazy about them. Oop. How did I whiff on that? Oh my goodness. Come on. Went flying. So even though the levels look more open here in the desert, there's still invisible walls everywhere. So again, it's kind of small little arenas where you shoot, or where you actually fight in. But totally random. There's the vault for this level. There we go. Your character's largely silent, but every now and then they'll emote when you skill. Or when you use a skill, rather. Or if you get like a, lucky shot. Because in addition to you doing more damage based on, headshots and stuff, there's also crits. So sometimes your attacks will just randomly do more damage. So again, it keeps some of those kind of RPG elements of like crit damage being a thing that you need to think about. Or a crit chance, rather. Alright. Energy orb does your elemental effect. Sure, why not? Seems pretty good. Got plenty of money as well. Wouldn't mind a little bit more copper, so then we can go back and upgrade both of our guns, which might be good. Although we'll get some in the vault here. So also get a boss here. The rogue villain. That's what we have. Oh, the elite henchman. It's the penultimate boss of every 80s action movie. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's a lot of them now. So let's just focus on him, because when he dies, all the other things will too. Perfect. What do we have here? It's the start of hour again. So we can compare it to our current gun. So it's +3, it does lightning damage, just like ours does. More accuracy and stability, which could be nice. Does slightly extra projectiles, which is kind of weird. I feel like that, the +2% damage for each ammo in the magazine is huge, though. So we'll skip that. Let's see. More damage to enemies affected by elemental attacks. Yes. A Shrieker. Eh. Again, none of the guns are bad. There's just ones that I'm not crazy about. Movement speed when you do decay damage. Extra damage for each boss or leech you kill. And all enemies dead within 7 meters drop 2 times basic rewards. I want more damage the longer we go. That money was not there before. Okay, so we're going to backtrack a little bit here and upgrade our guns, because now we have money for it. So you can see in the top left there's a little mini-map. I haven't mentioned it before, because as you can see it doesn't show a whole lot. It just has little icons for where things are. So we'll upgrade both of those. And because our average item level is now +4, the Foundry is +4 as well. So again, it upgrades over time as your other gear does. Keep jumping. Right, so on to the next level. So far, so good, though. But you can see there's also a timer there in the top left, and shows how long you've been, in this run. So runs of this, you can do a zone relatively quickly, but to do a complete run takes some time, which is why I think it's good that they allow you the option to, take a break after you've cleared a zone. You can save and quit and come back to it. One of my biggest pet peeves in gaming, especially with modern gaming, is games that don't respect your time. And this game avoids that through way of letting you take a break, which is nice. Like, it's such a minor thing, but I've played roguelikes where, it's all or nothing, and that's it. And it's like sometimes that's fine, but sometimes when you have a limited amount of time to play, you want the ability to, carry on a good run in another night. So having the option to save and quit is nice. Oop. Say, now there's more guys somewhere. The last wave of monsters is coming. Oh. Oh. Yeah, the arsonists remind me of the, was it the Fatui guys in Genshin? Oh, crap. Losing health, finally. Yeah. Something just attacked me and I wasn't sure what. Crap. Oh, that's right, because I'm doing lightning damage, so I'm taking lightning damage. Okay. Totally forgot that that was a thing. Let's see. Kunai can pierce monsters and bounce off barriers. Drop ammo for current weapon on crit hit kills. Yeah, let's change it up. Actually, what level was this? +4. Okay, yeah, we're good. I always like to keep one normal weapon and one large weapon. Or rather, large ammo type weapon, I should say. So we have their special, the Wild Hunt. The White Wolf. Yeah, so yeah, well, the Frenzied Shark was good, but it's time to change it up and get this instead. So you can see, it's dagger and it bounces. Bounces a whole lot, which is cool. Do we want to upgrade? We can only afford one. This already does a whole mess of damage. So upgrade this. And again, the Foundry is only +4 still, because our average is only +4. Yeah, why not? So you can see it pierces and bounces. This is less good in these wide open levels, but in the first zone, the tombs, for example, this would have been very good. Speaking of Genshin, because I mentioned that just a second ago, I did actually think about streaming that for this week. So obviously Genshin is from a Chinese development studio. It's certainly not an indie game. They pulled in several $1 billion last year. But and I thought it would be especially appropriate because they're running an event for Chinese New Year. They call it Lantern Rite in-game with the Chinese-inspired Liyue is the country in-game. It was very good. I played through the entire event off-stream. Genshin is my guilty pleasure and my sort of relax in my off-time game. I always like to have a couple of those. Well, at least one. At least one long-term game that I can just kind of log into and just have some fun with. And Genshin certainly fills that void. So that was part of the reason why I didn't stream it. It's a good game, but again, I like that to be the thing that I do to just kind of chill. Play with friends and stuff. Adventure rank 58, going on 59, so that should say how much I play of it. So I'm saving up for Yaimiko. My main team in the game, though, is Cryo DPS. So, of course, I think it's everybody's at this point. actually running low on ammo. Ooh. What did we get there? The Thunderstorm. Charges and fires a lightning ball that can be detonated by shooting it. Disable enemy shields and cause damage to all nearby enemies. That's something. We have here the illusion. Oh. So yeah, this is cool and all, but again, less cool for these wide open areas. Well, that was quite the reload animation there. Oh my goodness. That's so extra, I love it. We're gonna use this. Straight lightning damage. Yeah. I'm satisfied with this decision. It's 1 max HP for every enemy you kill within 7 meters. Alternate between the yin and yang state every 12 seconds. Yin offers minus 20% damage taken, and yang state grants 50% damage dealt. Ooh. Either of these two. Although I always want to try to keep at range, so I don't know how much of this I would actually benefit from. That's excellent, though. We'll take that. Shame we don't have enough money to upgrade our Thunderstorm. Or no. It's already level 5. We're good. Good, good, good. Playing a lot of shooters lately, so obviously this is one. The other day we finally put out the video for Half-Life Alyx, which was a very long time coming. And then of course Paladins last week as well. Might fit some more in. Maybe check out another boomer shooter. Actually, yeah, that was the other thing we did. We played Iron Fury. Was it last week or the week before? Something like that. We have a few more boomer shooters that we can go through. Well, more than a few. There's tons of them. Secondary skill can be used when the number of uses is insufficient, but each use will cause damage to you. So I can use the elemental orb thing, but it'll hurt me. That's some risk reward there. Just the Gemini description. It's 1 and 2 share their elemental advantages, and there's a chance to apply the elemental effect from the other weapon. Well, they're both lightning, so that's pointless. I think I need to replace this at some point, now that I have another lightning weapon. And it has the Gemini effect, so that's like the super ultra good thing. What even are words? Man, the headshots from that thing are insane. Not so good regular damage, but... Oh. He did not care about that. This thing slaps too, oh my god. It has pretty good damage fall off though for range. So that's why we haven't been using it too much. So again, you have to think about the environment you're fighting in as well. Because we have these nice wide open stages. A shorter range gun like this is less ideal. There we go. Okay. The longer the weapon is fired, the higher the rate of fire will be. This does straight fire damage. And... ooh. Yeah, okay, so we'll finally replace our Star Devourer. It served us well. But now, because of this, the Gemini effect, both of these, so yeah, weapons 1 and 2 share their elemental advantage. So there's a chance that this can do lightning and fire damage, which is especially cool because we have bonuses to both lightning and fire damage. So again, you have to kind of think about your build and what you're doing, and how it's expanding as you go. We're going to backtrack so I can upgrade this to +5. Yes. Right. I said I wasn't a big fan of this, but it's hard to pass up when it has the extra ammo capacity, which is good because this weapon chews through it. And it does fire damage, which is good because it's a very fast weapon. So this should be fun. Hopefully. We'll find out. Ooh, this area is massive. This could be bad. Okay, so first things first, I want to get rid of the tall guys, the tall bandits there. Oop. So again, the effect that we have is that when I catch enemies on fire, I also am on fire. But the caveat is that I heal a portion of the fire damage that I do. This reloads pretty quick, at least. Oop, no. So you can see we're on fire from our own gun. Wonderful. What? Yeah, I wasn't joking when I said those guys had crazy long range. Where is he? Totally whiffed on that. So your skill has a pretty quick cooldown. Obviously you can see it there in the middle, but I prefer to use it for the bigger enemies still. Classic RPG hoarder behavior. Just never use your skills. Save them. Ah. It's like I know there's still more somewhere. Oh, no. Treasure chest over there, that's good. Ah. Give an occult scroll and upgrade the weapon's level by 2. Replace all normal inscriptions with rare inscriptions. Ooh. That's interesting. So I could make this even stronger. So right now the green is just normal inscriptions. So I could make all of those rare. Oh, I have to give him a scroll for that. Wait a minute. Give one scroll. Okay, I thought it was going to give me one. Alright. Let's see. Actually, I'm fine handing that over, because then I won't be stupid and damage myself. Alright, so right now this does... It's higher lucky shot chance, but less rate of fire, has higher magazine capacity, and can do corrosion damage. Boring. Alright, so we got 150% extra lucky shot chance for the next shot after making a crit. Extra lucky shot chance for every 10% ammo consumed in the total magazine. Drop ammo for current weapon on crit hits. And plus 80% weapon damage on the next hit after making a crit hit 2 times in a row. So this gun just wants me to crit. That's all it wants me to do. F to chat. What else do you want? Okay. I've never seen that before. Alright, so we have to clear out the vault. It's a very long run. I mean, it's partly because I'm explaining everything that's happening, but Ruby. All enemies transform into boars. Even the worm? Huh? Come on, I know there's more of you. Or was that it? Ah, okay. There we go. I was gonna say, I know there has to be more. It's been way too easy. Kill the tactician first. This is the most dangerous. We don't use our grenade very much. Probably should. Challenge success. I don't think I've seen any challenges that are time-based. There was some in the game when it was in early access, but since the full release I haven't seen them. I don't know if they removed them or I just haven't chanced upon them, which I'm fine with. I think being able to take things a little bit more slow and methodical is totally fine. Extra crit. However, 50% weapon damage when not triggering a crit. Weapons with a scope gain 2 times zoom. Sure. I might regret that. Find out. Take a drink while we... Alright, stage 3, so we have one more to go before the boss, and the boss will almost certainly kill us, because it's really hard. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh no, this was it, okay. Peddler. Boring. What do you got? Yeah. Alright. This boss sucks. See if we can even kill it. It's a giant sandworm thing. I'm very much on fire. Oh boy. It's like Tremors, except there's no Kevin Bacon. What a great movie. What a great actor. Come on. So we're not even actually damaging the boss yet. This is just his shield. Or his armor, rather. He's got a lot of it. There's the dogs now. Jump to dodge some of those attacks, and then circle strafe to dodge some of the other ones. And then when he does the giant beam thing out of his face, you want to be close to him so that you can dodge it effectively. If you're further away, it's impossible to dodge, and it'll one-shot you. So we really screwed up by picking the thing where we do less damage when we don't get a headshot. Because he doesn't have a head. At least not at the moment. Although, does that count? Yeah, it does. Okay. Got him. Boy, that's a lot of loot. That's satisfying, though. That's what you want out of your looter shooter. Just mountains of shiny lights. Let's see, what have we here? A goblet. Freeze time freezes more time. Sure. Okay. Ooh, it's a Gemini weapon. Let's see here. Do I don't know if that's worth it. It does lightning damage, but it's normal, and this does lightning or this does fire and it's normal, so we'll skip that. You spend copper, get some back. What? What the hell? That's amazing. Okay, so this thing sucks now. There are grenades that can be manually detonated, and they do fire damage, which is nice. So that means we can replace this with something that does lightning damage. Plus weapon damage against enemies that are burning. Hey, it does fire damage. It does more damage but has less accuracy, which doesn't matter because it's grenades. Oh my god, okay. Sniper rifle. Ooh, boy. So we're gonna get this. 50% chance to fill the magazine instantly when killing. Does lightning damage. And has lucky shot chance, which is good. More accuracy and stability. Which is interesting because of the effects here. So these are Gemini weapons, so they have these nice combination effects. So weapons 1 and 2 combine their crit X bonus, but lose 50% stability. Stability doesn't matter for this because it's grenades. It does for this, but we can effectively negate it with that, which is really strong. And they get increased rate of fire and increased magazine. Although this can not hold very much, but still. Oh, we can't go back and upgrade. Oh well. On to the next area. That is cool. It's so fast. And the Duo Fjord. Just the rest area here. What do we have here? It's the furthest I've ever gotten, actually. Which I know is like terrible. It's like singing this game's praises, so I've never actually beaten it. Catfish. Ooh. Oh my god, we're gonna die. So that is a Kappa, so that means this level is, I guess, Japanese inspired then. That's interesting. This Kappa is the Japanese like, river demon thing. Look like turtles. Maybe they're in Chinese mythology as well, I'm not sure. I just always associate them with Japanese mythology. One of the members of the band is actually fluent in Chinese. I should ask him. I don't know if that means that he knows anything about mythology, though. Malignant Bear has an interesting set of skills for a glam rock band. And just in general. For example, my unique skill is I'm terrible at video games, despite playing a lot of them. It's not as impressive in practice as I wanted it to be. It probably hurts that thing's, I don't know, value that this thing is just so good. Ooh. We have to revive. We have to. I got cocky. I got real cocky there. No crap. No. Oh, I thought I was behind stuff. Damn. So it gives you a description of the enemy that killed you, which is kind of nice. Boo. Highest damage dealt, 7,000. 51-minute run. So you can see we got a lot of things here. I'm going to keep saving them up, though, because I want to buy one of the other characters. But if we level up a few more times, we can get another one that way. So it shows the unlocks that we got. And of course, we got these over the course of the run, but it's showing us again one more time. So we're going to go back. We're actually going to swap out, and we'll try the dog. Just very briefly. I want to keep this stream short, and I don't know why I said and, because we're going to do another shorter stream on Wednesday and then a longer stream probably on Friday. So my schedule, my real life schedule, has gotten a little bit calmer, which is good. So I have a little bit more time for this again, or I'm just not as exhausted. But we're going to kind of ease into it. Have 2 shorter streams this week, 1 longer one. And then because we'll be going hard in February. Again, there's a lot of releases that I'm very interested in there. Alright. Let's see. Shotgun. So my ability is I can dual wield. Of course, I don't have 2 weapons right now, because it doesn't count the Foundry as one. So I can't actually do that yet. So again, you just always have that. So this is like a shotgun crossbow kind of thing, which is cool. We have a lot more health than the cat did, but less shields. So squirrely. The weapon you carry cannot be dual-wielded, of course. The thing that I wanted to demonstrate, we can't. That's okay. Explosion AoE for grenades and explosive weapon. Either of these two would be good. Reload speed. Always have to reload. Oh. It's like, wow, are we done already? Challenge successful. Set the cooldown of all skills when you lose health. Yes. Sometimes it's nice to have an oh shit button. I guess worth pointing out, the game runs pretty well, if that wasn't obvious by now. The FPS is in the top left corner. I have that turned on specifically to demonstrate that. I have it capped at 144, and other than, you know, the little hiccups when it's loading, it's pretty much never dropped below 140. And I have it maxed out at 1440p. I mean, obviously, that's not super intensive of a game. You know, there's a decent amount going on, but it's so stylized, it's not crazy. But still, worth pointing out, you could run this on pretty much anything. And because of the style, if you had to, you know, turn this down to low settings, for example, I think it would still look pretty decent. So I'm a fan of stylized graphics over substance, for sure. Speaking of substance, though, was it last week or the week before we talked about the fact that Microsoft purchased Activision Blizzard, and just this morning, oh, I guess it was around lunchtime, I suppose, at least lunchtime for me, there was news that Sony has a big deal with Bungie now, which is interesting. I think it's a swing and a miss for them. Bungie only publishes, or only makes Destiny, which is, you know, it's a looter shooter like this, except it's multiplayer, and it has a very salty community and tons of microtransactions and horrible FOMO and all sorts of other things. Destiny, for me, is Exhibit A as to issues with modern gaming. And paying... What did they pay for it? It was like $3 billion? Or 6 billion? I can't remember. They paid a lot of billions of dollars for a deal with Bungie. And they're not actually purchasing Bungie, it's just like a partnership, which is weird. So obviously, business deals take a while. So it's not like, you know, Sony got on the phone right after the Activision deal and was like, we need to do something. They had that planned out for a while. If I had to guess, I'd say that that deal is their response to the Bethesda purchase from back in the fall. But I think it's a swing and a miss. Bungie is retaining complete creative control and the license rights to their properties, which again is just Destiny, and is going to be effectively independent. So, and they're also still going to have, you know, Destiny 2 is not going to go anywhere. It's still going to be the multi-platform game that it is now. And it sounds like they're going to keep making their things multi-platform. So I don't know what they were thinking. The Destiny community is an interesting one. They will talk all day, every day about how much they hate some of the changes that Bungie is doing. But then still, you know, spend like crazy on the game. With all the microtransactions and everything. Get a cursed scroll. Cursed. This was our cursed scroll. We didn't even see. Less damage to armor and shields. Boo. We can't sell that either. Terrible. But anyway, yeah, the Destiny community, they hate some of the things that Bungie does with the game, but then they still play it constantly, which, I mean, is, you know, classic gamer Stockholm syndrome. Everybody has their MMO-addicted friends still. But I feel like one thing that they are united in hating is, like, the timed exclusivity of things, especially given that the game has vaulting of content. So if Sony is like, oh yeah, you know, Destiny 2 is going to keep being multi-platform, we're going to have timed exclusives, so you essentially have to play it on the PlayStation, that could be the thing that finally kills the community. That's right. So you can see when we dual wield, it's a little awkward, because each button, you know, determines which gun you're going to use. You can reload them individually and all that. But again, you lose out on the secondaries then of any of your guns. But yeah, Sony paying a lot of money for... I don't, again, they're not owning Bungie, it's weird. And given Bungie's track record, probably the instant that they can get out of that deal, they will. Do that. And of course, Bungie famously split from Microsoft, and then went to Activision, and like the day that they were able to get out of that that deal, they did. And everybody said for a long time that all of Bungie's monetization, you know, issues and, you know, the reason why Destiny was such a scummy business game, or such a scummy game from a business standpoint, was because of Activision. And then they split from Activision and it got worse. So, I don't know. Let's see. Right. Again, just, questionable. One of the other members of the band was joking that maybe they don't realize that Bungie does not own the rights to Halo anymore. They might have thought they were getting something else. So this gun's alternate fire, it leaves that, that little thing. If you shoot through it, your attacks do more damage. Which is cool. Except we're fighting something with a giant shield. So we have to be careful with our positioning to actually get behind it so we can damage him. There we go. That took a while. Let's see. Corrosion damage, that could be good. I'm not super crazy about either of those. This is also nicely upgraded, so we might hang on to this. Alright, keep it moving. We're just gonna get to the boss of this zone and then we'll call it. This game's fun though, and definitely worth checking out. I'm pretty sure it's on sale as part of the Lunar New Year sale on Steam. I believe it's out on other platforms now as well. Pretty sure there's a Switch version of it, right? I could be wrong though. I don't own a Switch. And even if I did, the Nintendo eShop is pretty terrible, so good luck finding this in there. I suspect that's a conscious effort on their part. That they don't want you to find any games. They would rather that you buy, you know, first-party titles. Ooh, there's a lot of these guys. Jumping around too. Alright, there's one down. It's only like 4 more. We might not even get to the boss at this rate. There we go. Okay, finally. That thing was pretty terrible. There's still something left somewhere. Because the music is very intense and loud. Maybe no, it turned down a lot. There you are. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go with that. Actually. Yeah. We're gonna be real bold. There's loot up there. How do we get up there? Lose HP, but upgrade stuff. Yeah, why not? Let's upgrade the spear. So we should be able to heal. There should be some food lying around here, hopefully. If not, then I just screwed up big time. It's the gun we got rid of. That thing's not very good. Alright, so we get to see the other boss here. That's good. I was hoping that we might. How much money do we have? Enough to upgrade. Let's upgrade that. Heal. Full on ammo? Okay. Let's go for it. Loo-woo. So you can see this does damage on the ground, like it leaves a thing. I can recall them though. So if you're smart, you can essentially have infinite ammo with this, which is cool. This is nice for clearing rooms, less so for this. Yeah. So you can see I screwed up. I maybe don't have the best weapons for this. But we at least got to see the other boss and the other character. We're gonna game over right there. Again, I wanted to showcase some more things, but as a result, maybe wasn't as prepared for that as I could have or should have been. So, still, 15 minutes to get there. Much better time this time around. Again, you can see our skills again. Like I said, they're shared. Keep on saving them. Switch hero. Switch to the cat again for next time I play this. But yeah, this is Gunfire Reborn. Again, perfect title, I thought, to start off our Chinese New Year celebration week, Lunar New Year, whichever you prefer. It's fun, worth checking out for sure. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's on sale. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. We'll be checking out some other games later in the week. Revisiting another one for Wednesday, and then checking out something new for Friday. At least that's the tentative plan for now. But anyway, as always, whether you are here live or you watch this VOD later on down the road, we do hope you enjoy it, and we of course certainly appreciate your viewership. And if you are celebrating the New Year, hope you have a Happy New Year, and enjoy all the festivities and everything. And until next time, have a good one.